Hey guys!
Hello!
It's the SG Flixters back with another movie review. We've just caught The Guilty.
The Guilty!
I'm not guilty. Okay, so this movie was very weird to me. Yeah, it was totally not what I expected going into this movie. Like from the trailer, we already saw that it's Jake Gyllenhaal as the 911 operator, right? And then he's assisting somebody over the phone who's apparently been kidnapped. Yeah, so that was what I expected going to the movie, and that is what the movie gave to me.
That was what the movie gave.
Yeah,
yes.
but then there was a lot of, like, for the story, right? What I was expecting was like that, and what I got was like that. Like the amount of story, like, I was expecting a lot more things to happen. Yeah, like a lot more things to do with the kidnapping and the background stuff. But then it was not, the story was not about that. The story was about him. It's about him. Don't you think so?
I thought that it was about him. And I kind of thought from the trailer that that's what it would be about.
Okay, but
like developing this character. What's his name? Joe?
Joe.
Yeah, it was about developing Joe.
I didn't get that from the trailer. Like, I got, like, how I felt was he was going to be solely on the kidnapping, and then he'll be like assisting people, and then he's like, he wasn't such a broken person, you know. I didn't expect him to be such a broken person in the movie. Like, I thought he was a confident person, and then he can actually help the person on the phone.
Yeah, I guess the trailer didn't really give that much away.
Yeah.
But even though I think the synopsis did say something like a disturbed cop or something like that.
Yeah, and he was at times making it worse instead of making things better, you know.
Yeah, there were many times in the movie you were like, is he doing his job properly?
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was thinking about the movie. Like, I hope this is not an accurate depiction of 911 in US. Because if it is an accurate representation, right, then I don't know how you guys are alive. Right? I mean, it's so screwed up.
But I think it was supposed to be like that. Like, he was, because like you said, he was a broken character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody else seemed to care in that 911 call center.
It's true, like the supervisor, right?
Yeah.
I was like, shouldn't you check with your supervisor?
They just let him do whatever he wants, you know?
Yeah.
He could just have free reign screaming at everybody and being rude, and I don't know.
You're being rude to the callers.
Yeah, it was really weird. Not what I expected at all.
It was kind of what I expected.
Jake Gyllenhaal was pretty good.
Yeah, as usual.
Yeah, but his character I find was totally opposite from Nightcrawler. Like, Nightcrawler, he was this like emotionless character who just wanted the rush and the money. He didn't care about people and all that. But this guy was like, on the emotional scale, was like total opposite.
Yeah.
He was too emotional already.
He was very involved in the call.
Yeah.
And that was where what I'm saying, like shouldn't you just move on now? Like, you've taken the call.
Yeah.
I'm sure the protocol is that now you move on or you discuss with your supervisor what to do.
The first few calls he did move on.
Yeah.
And then after that, he just got so attached to this one particular call.
Yeah.
The start of the movie, he already has some pending case, right? He's like, he did something wrong, and then it was like a story throughout that he had some.
So he had like he has a court case the next day.
Yeah.
Because he did something while he was a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't tell you what it is exactly he did until the end. So I thought that was good. It kept me watching. Yeah, because you do wonder. But after a while, I kind of figured, the movie was titled The Guilty because he was guilty of whatever it was.
Yeah, it was not anything to do with the caller, the kidnapping, whatever. It just was his story. And I found it weird that he has this pending criminal case where he actually shot somebody.
Yeah.
And he still can go to work.
I know,
and then like act, like work normally overnight at a call center, 911 call center.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was a bit weird to me.
So, but that's where I was thinking, like, aren't they supposed to just dispatch? You know, just get the location. The training is just to get the location of where the caller is and dispatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was doing a lot more. So either he was not supposed to, and he was like this going rogue telephone operator, or it's just all very strange.
It's strange. Yeah, but the first part was cool. Like, when the first few calls were coming in, and then it's like, I'll switch you. Then he was switching to the fire department, switching to the police department with all that, just like one keypad. So that I found was pretty cool. Like the inner workings of the 911 call center.
Yeah, like I thought it was interesting that they had the fire, because there was an active fire going on.
Oh yeah.
And all
forest fire, right?
All like the police and all were very occupied with that. So maybe because that's the backdrop, that's why he had to be so involved in the call, maybe. Could be that's why they had the fire, and kind of give him an excuse about why he needs to be a little bit more active than he probably, like a telephone officer, would.
But I was not expecting that twist in the middle.
At the end, you mean?
Oh yeah, at the end. Like suddenly from the suspect being the husband, it became the wife. Right? That was not a twist I was expecting.
Yeah, that was good. That was good actually.
Yeah. So she had like some mental breakdown and actually killed her son.
Yeah, so she wasn't being kidnapped, but her husband was actually driving her to the mental hospital.
Yeah, because she went crazy and then she killed her son, and then but the husband had some criminal record, so he was like the main suspect most of the movie.
And like as while you're watching it, you're expecting him to be the main suspect throughout. Yeah,
because it really builds up to lead you to think that way, and then like at the end of the movie, suddenly it just turns everything over on its head, and then Joe also was like shocked.
And then Joe just realizes that he was doing it all wrong.
Yeah, and then he was like, oh no, I asked her to kid him and all that, right?
Yeah, to escape from her kidnapper.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, but there's that part where he actually tells him, so he calls the husband and says that, why didn't you just call us to help you? Why did you try to bring her to the hospital yourself? Then I was thinking to myself that actually as the telephone guy, you shouldn't have been trying to manage this on your own either.
Yeah.
You don't just like get the information and pass it on to the people on the ground.
Like the supervisor behind him was like, are you okay? Is everything okay? She kept checking out on him. And then he was like, either didn't answer her or was like brushing her off.
Or being really rude.
Yeah, and shouting at them. Like even his colleague sitting directly beside him, like tried to be nice, and then he was just being rude to him as well. Yeah. So I think this movie was like a journey for him, just a one-night journey to turn him from like a criminal, because he wanted to lie in court, and he asked his partners to lie as well, so that he might come out as an innocent party. But he actually did shoot the kid. Because he was angry, right? He said he was angry, he felt...
Yeah, so he was telling Emily, the kidnapped woman, because I think he was afraid that she's going to kill herself. Then he was telling her the story that he actually killed somebody before.
Out of anger.
And he didn't want her to be another person that he's killing.
Yeah. Her death is on his conscience again.
Yeah, I thought that was really good acting. You know, so because like at moments I'm wondering, like, is this just a story that he's telling her so that she doesn't jump off the overhead bridge?
Overpass.
Overpass, yeah. So but then when he starts like almost crying, you know, and you can see the emotion, then you realize that, oh no, this is probably it's a real story.
Yeah. Then the last part when he's like talking to his partner on the phone, then he's telling his partner, or just tell the truth, don't lie to to them anymore. And then his face was like, the acting was so good, his face was like going to cry and then stop, then going to cry, like thinking about his daughter. He can't see his daughter again for like few years because he'll be in prison. So that was really, really good acting on his part.
Yeah, I thought that was I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal carried the whole movie, as we would expect for a movie with him.
Yeah, there was no action. There was no action scenes at all. Everything was just him at the call center. Yeah, they didn't have any other scenes in the movie at all. It was just him in the call center.
And there were some big name voice actors that we didn't realize until the end.
Until the credits, like Ethan Hawke.
Was he that?
Then we realized he's one of the police sergeants on the phone, which they never show his face at all. Yeah. How many popcorns would you give this movie?
I would give it a 4.
Oh. That's quite high.
I felt that it was a bit of a slow start. So I didn't, and like in the beginning I was kind of like, where is this going? But then towards the middle, when they had more of that character development and that twist that I didn't see coming. So that kind of bumped it up a lot for me to a 4, yeah.
I will give it a 3. I give it a 3 because it lacked the realism. It didn't really feel like an authentic 911 call center. Like everything was just too how would you say, like nothing was serious. Everything was just very nonchalant, and then just going to work. Then people with emergencies are calling in, and then they were like not responding properly. That's how I felt.
And they had like very funny emergencies, right?
Yeah. Then at one point, like there was a real emergency trying to call him. It's like, oh, call back later, because he was just so focused on the kidnapping, right, that he wasn't even bothered about any other emergencies that might be calling in already. Right. Then it's like the rest of the people at the call center just let him do whatever he wanted to do. Like he was this rogue in the call center, and then they just like let him shout at people, let him shout at the callers calling in. You know, they didn't like, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
You know?
The most he got told off was when he was like talking on his personal phone.
Yeah.
Supervisor's like, no, I've told you about the phones.
Yeah, they just let him continue working. No matter what he did, they just let him continue working. I didn't get that at all. He didn't seem realistic to me. So that bumped it down, and yeah, it was a bit draggy at part. Like they were trying to pull things out, maybe a bit too much than it needed to be. Yeah, so that's why I'll give it a 3. Alright. Okay guys, thanks for watching our movie review of The Guilty. If you like our content, remember to subscribe, and we'll see you guys. Bye bye.